on Instagram because I am, oh, this is Rockstar Goddess. This is the wrong, hold on, I have to switch accounts. Oh, maybe I don't. Hold on a second. Okay, so the stream key. Okay, sorry about this. It's a little bit different with Instagrammy. Okay. So I don't know if I'm live on Instagram or not. Let's see. I think I have to go live. Let's see, Instagram. Okay, I think it is working. So let me put, so basically, I love this. I'm live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I'm loving this because it saves so much work, right? For those of you who are entrepreneurial, you know what I mean. Okay, so we are here to talk about the eclipse on Monday. It hits at 12 a.m. Monday. So for some people, it might be more like March 24th. It depends on what part of the world you're in and your time zone. But basically, March 24th and 25th. And you're probably already feeling the energies. You're probably already noticing, that there's been change happening. We can go back to a month. So maybe some major change in some area of your life or reveal in your life happened end of February, like February 26th, 25th and 24th, 25th and 26th of February would also be in the range. So some people, I think I noticed, I really felt it before it happened, but of course we always want to just see and observe like what happens on the day of the eclipse, what happened a month before, and what happens 2 weeks to 6 months after, because there's going to be, all of this time after where we can feel and see something going on. So, what I like to tell people is that, astrology, it's all about the cycles of time, the cycles of, the archetypal things that are, I'm sorry, all of a sudden I'm like sweating, getting hot. I want to take this off, but I'm in my sports bra. I guess it doesn't matter. We'll see. If I get too hot, I might have to like take off some clothes. I won't be naked, of course. Not that anybody really cares. Not in my world. We're all like, yeah, whatever. So I kind of fell upon an amazing new place to live. And so I think that happened the end of February. And so I'm like feeling like I'm coming into that time. And so for you, it could be like some extra luck. Now it is in the sign of Libra. So Libra rules one-on-one relationships, which could be personal, love, and business partnerships. It also rules legal documents, any sort of legal, court cases, legal decisions. So, we like to think of the scales of balance. So what needs to be released, maybe so that there is justice? What needs to be revealed so that there is justice? What needs to be released in relationships? But, everybody's chart is, their personal chart is kind of different. So I might make some more general themes around this eclipse because obviously I'm not looking at everybody's separate charts. Okay. I don't really know how to see who's in which. View on Facebook, view on YouTube. Yeah, I was kind of hoping I would see some. Maybe there's a chat somewhere around here. There's a private chat. Oh, here's comments. Okay. So I guess if anybody comments, if anybody's here and comments, I will see it. But anyways, we're just going to keep going. We're just going to fly. We're just going to get into the energies. So we're just a couple days past the spring equinox and fall equinox, depending on what part of the world you're in. And so I guess I could pull up my chart here too. I'm going to pull up the chart real quick so you can see. But when you do see the chart, there are a ton of planets in the sign of Pisces right now. So we have a Pisces stellium. We are at the very beginning of beautiful astrological new year, and the sign of Aries, which represents the beginning of the zodiac. It represents rebirth, right? It's also the archetype of the warrior. So it's like you have all of this energy, like it's like the sap rising up the trunk of the tree, all the flowers bursting into bloom. It's a time of extreme growth. Oh, I'm getting a good gust of wind right now. It's kind of cool. Okay, so we're going to run the chart. And I want to talk about some asteroids. And let's see. I want to talk about the asteroid Circe, who is in Pisces right now. She's one of my gals. Okay. So North Node, South Node, and Circe is number 34 in the asteroids. Let's see, show the chart. There she is. Okay, I was born with Circe in Aries, 17 degrees Aries. Right now, she is at, looks like 4 degrees Pisces. So my ascendant is 6 degrees. So she's almost on my ascendant. I think that's interesting. Okay. And she's really close to my natal Mars. And we have Saturn and Venus really close right now. We had the Saturn-Venus conjunction. Okay, let's see how I can show you the chart. Present. Share screen. Okay. So this is my chart, but we can see, here's the pilot: Mars, Circe, Saturn, Venus, Neptune, all here in Pisces. There's also other asteroids. There's, other planetary bodies that I don't have turned on, so we're not seeing them. And then Libra is here. This is where there's the South Node. So this is where that full moon is going to be. But let's talk a little bit about the energies that are building up to this eclipse. So with Circe and all of this water energy, to me, Circe is, all about sorcery and spell work and rituals and witches. And so Circe in Pisces is highlighting the themes of water magic. Another theme is, water hardship with Mars and Saturn both in Pisces. Saturn can be, boundaries, can be restriction. Mars can be aggression. It's, he is the warrior. He is the god of Aries, right? The sign Aries and the planet of Aries, that Aries, that rules Aries. So, Fortuna. I wanted to look at asteroid Fortuna is here too. Let's see, Fortuna. She is number 19. Okay, so we're just going to go back and add number 19 to the list. So we've got Circe, number 34, Fortuna, 19. Aha, there she is. So Fortuna and Mars are going to meet up quite a bit. So we like to call Fortuna, I mean, she's fortune, but Fortuna is the goddess who is blindfolded. And so it's kind of like fortune is fickle, fortune is blind, it just like randomly hits. But it could, between, Mars between Fortuna and Circe, he's kind of sandwiched here between these very powerful feminine forces. So that's another reason why this time period, some people might be feeling a change in their fate. And again, with Mars and Saturn in here, and we have Venus in here obviously too. So she's helping out. Because the Saturn Mars stuff can be, it's the warrior and the old king, right? It can be more aggressive, confrontational, conflict energy meets the old man that wants the rules, that wants to follow each step, that wants to, but Saturn also rewards. So what I love about Saturn and Pisces, and I've probably said this before in other lives, but what I really love about Saturn and Pisces is that, Saturn is, making something real, tangible, and Pisces is all about that higher vibration, high spiritual vibe, the intangible, right? The ephemeral beauty. And then with Venus in here right now and Fortuna and Circe, it's like, boy, any sort of water magic, being near water, is going to be very powerful. Now, again, there is also a theme here of hardship and water, which, could be drought, not being able to get enough water or having too much water, right? That could be in the form of flooding. So we've had that, we've had Saturn in here since March of last year. So he's already been in Pisces for a while, and we've seen, different kinds of things going on involved with water and water hardship. So tomorrow, Fortuna and Pisces going into also, yeah, they're going to be conjunct at 0 degrees Pisces as of tomorrow. So what we want to also think about too, Mars is in this Pisces house with Saturn, and in Mars's heliacal rise, which happened in the sign of Capricorn, basically tells us that he's going to be in collaboration with Saturn, because Saturn is the ruling planet of Capricorn. And so now both are in Pisces together. And the last time they were in Pisces together was 1977. So I would say that was the year my parents got divorced, right? And yeah, interesting. Especially when I think about it, because Saturn represents the father, right? And my mom was a Pisces. So yeah, it's fascinating when you just go back and look at it. So maybe you could, if you were around and old enough to remember what was going on in 1977 in your life. But what we want to do here is, you know, really tune into the energy and also see how the energy unfolds, right? So when Mars rose into vision, into basically, we couldn't see Mars because he was too close to the sun, right? And then as soon as he got further away from the sun, he was still in the sign of Capricorn, and that's when we first had visibility of Mars. So that's the rise, right? So whatever sign the rise happens in, it basically is a 2-year reset. So whatever, like for me, let me go back to the chart here. Capricorn is my 11th house. So it depends on which house Capricorn is for you, but that's, you need to look at, that's where you're going to have been having a reset, right? For the past maybe 3 or 4 months, all the way up to like 2 years from now. So 2026. We're going to be revisiting these themes of whatever house Capricorn is in. So for me, 11th house represents the masses. It represents groups of friends, and it represents innovation and technology. So that's the area for me where I am going to see progress, because Mars really does represent progress, right? Because he is the warrior, the young warrior from the east, the sun rising from the east and coming in. And, you know, a lot of times we look at also like Alexander the Great as, especially if we know anything about the tarot symbolism, right? He is the young version of the emperor. He becomes the emperor. And the Emperor card, it's a major arcana, and the Emperor represents Aries, you know. So, you know, Aries is the sign of leadership. So, you know, this leadership energy in combination with Fortuna and Circe, and, you know, later on with Saturn, right? He is like making conversation with this idea of good fortune and this idea of manifesting something from that, like I said, that Capricorn house. And, you know, it's not about something that's going to manifest like, you know, out of the air. This is like, you'll have many manifestations that keep generating the progress, right, in that part of your life. I hope that makes sense. And you could always leave me comments, and I'm happy to answer questions. Okay, so the eclipse on March 25th. So let's go look at March 25th. Okay. So here is the moon in Libra. So yeah, the eclipse happens at about 5 degrees. It's a full moon. Um, so this isn't quite correct. So the full moon's probably going to be closer here because the full moon's going to be on the south node or very close to the south node. Um, South node has to do with releasing energy. It has to do with letting go. So when we have a lunar eclipse, generally speaking, we may not know exactly what needs to be released yet. It's like more information is needed. So the full moon may help to illuminate so you can make a decision, right? It could be a decision about a relationship. It could be a decision about um, a legal matter. But again, it depends on your chart. So I'm giving you some just more generalized uh, ideas and themes. The other thing that I like here is that Venus is the ruler of Libra. And I don't feel like she could be not as helpful actually, because she's one house over. If she was in Aquarius or in Aries during this, I think it would be a little bit easier because she would be more influential, like really talking to this directly to this eclipse. But because where she is, she's not really super involved. But we do have Mercury and Chiron and the North Node here in opposition to this full moon. So maybe someone will have news to share with you, or you'll have news to share with someone else that will help reveal the truth in a relationship. You know, should I stay or should I go energy. Um, so what's interesting is that I'll go here now, is that April 1st, Mercury goes into retrograde. And then on April 8th, we again have another eclipse. This time it is a solar eclipse in Aries. And this one is going to have a slightly different character. I wasn't really going to talk about both eclipses, but we might as well while I'm here and show you the chart. But now, as you can see, we've got a full house here now in Aries. So by the time, obviously, we get into April, we're fully into Aries season. And that eclipse, that new moon solar eclipse is going to be very close to Chiron here. And obviously on the north node. So this can be, again, a little bit more dramatic, a little bit more like something very sudden happens. Mercury retrograde, Mercury's still around. He's pretty close, but we do have Venus here. So Mars is behind her. And, Venus is Venus is going to try, Venus wants to give you some luck. Soften anything that may feel harsh. Which we like. This is good. And we have Pluto here too. So Pluto is still at 1 degree of Aquarius. But he is, still speaking to, he's definitely speaking to Venus. So, again, this Pluto, Venus, this would be a sextile, right? So a sextile, so this could represent an opportunity that comes up out of the blue. For me, it's my second house of earned income. So maybe that's a job opportunity and some sort of money making opportunity that just, it's like, it just arises. Let's see, anything else I want to say about this eclipse? So the eclipse on April 8th, there is, a lot of people are traveling to places to go watch the eclipse. So, the all the ancient cultures, ancient Mayans, ancient Greeks, in fact, eclipse in Greek, that's where the word came from, means abandoned. They believe that's when the gods abandoned humanity. Most ancient cultures felt that an eclipse was some sort of a bad omen. It was just known as a malefic. So, so people ask me, well, should I be outside looking at it? And I don't, because I feel like it messes with my energy. I usually get a headache. And I've also gotten really dehydrated around eclipses for some reason. It definitely does something to your energetics. So, if you're going to be out in the peak of the eclipse, you might want to be standing near a tree. You definitely, obviously, you have to get really good eyewear if you're looking directly at it. But I wouldn't stay out there for too long unless you're really, just stay really well hydrated. That would be the first thing. And for some reason, I feel like trees can definitely absorb a lot of harsh energies. So being, in a tree or near a tree would be good. Being on water, I don't know. Again, with all these kind of water hardship sort of things, being on a boat or swimming in the water while you're watching it may not be the best idea. But definitely drinking plenty of water is a great idea. But, maybe, again, having the shade of a tree, having something to help absorb some of those energies. So again, this is from a more spiritual side. I'm not talking about the scientific part. The scientific part is, you're watching with your eyes. You definitely need to have something covering your eyes. Because I remember, like, when we were in school, they made you do the little dot in the paper and you watch the eclipse happen, like, on the ground. You didn't look up at it. So yeah, you don't want to damage your eyes. But it says here that the eclipse on April 8th will stretch from the west coast of Mexico across the continental US up to the Newfoundland and eastern Canada. I think I have a map that shows the path. Let's see if it comes up here. Okay, so it says share this tab instead. So you guys should be able to see. So this is the direct path of the eclipse. So you can see exactly where it's kind of going here. So we don't really get much of it on the west coast. It's definitely more on, the upper east coast here of the United States, up in eastern Canada. And then it goes into the kind of the Midwest area and through Texas and this part of Mexico. So that's April 8th. So what we're really focusing on is the energy for this coming up eclipse. So for that, we are going to do some readings. If you are here live, let me know. I might have to use my phone because I can't really see. Okay. Okay. Oh, I see Katie is here. Okay. Super cool. Hi, Katie. All right, let me check Facebook real quick. Thanks everybody for your patience. Just I'm not really sure how this is all working. So okay, I'm not really seeing any comments. So I'm just going to take that as there aren't any comments, and I'm not going to check YouTube because I could always do. But yeah, I was hoping I could do some readings for people, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to see comments. It doesn't look like I will be able to. So I'm going to ask Spirit and our guides, our ascended masters, to give us messages for the next, it'll cover this lunar eclipse in Libra for the next, let's say the next week. And I have my classic golden Art Deco tarot, and then I also have the Akashic tarot. What do we need to know? Okay, we got a jumper. See if we get anything else. What do we need to know? Oh my gosh. Really good cards, really nice. Okay, so the cards that are coming up for us right now really feel like they're related to matters of the heart and relationships, and possibly some, spiritual healing, heart healing, and business expansion through partnerships. I'm pulling some cards from the Akashic Tarot now. Okay. Really interesting. Okay. For the tarot, we got first, this just flew out, the Knight of Cups. This one flew out second, the Ace of Cups. And then the Two of Wands came up. So it kind of flipped over to be reversed too. So we can, look at the reverse meaning, but I feel like there is this beautiful masculine energy that is holding this cup of love, that's holding this gift that he wants to deliver. So very often this is about moving forward, progress in love, progress in a creative project. This could be someone approaching you, asking you to a party, asking you on a date. Or, sometimes I look at this card as like the middleman, like someone who's an agent that wants to help you. So I feel like this is a very benevolent, useful, helpful loving energy. And it's masculine. It's around taking action, or could represent an actual man that comes into your life or that is already in your life. The Ace of Cups, beautiful. This is heart healing. This is a renewal of the heart. This is a renewal of abundant blessings. And see all the water. You know, cups represent the water elements. So I think, again, we talked about that earlier when I showed the chart, is we've got a big pile up of very powerful asteroids, planets in Pisces. And this is very much a Piscean kind of card, very spiritual. See the dove of Sophia, the feminine face of God. So we've got the masculine and the feminine. And in tarot, this a lot of people look at this as the upside down M for Mary Magdalene, who is the Holy Grail, right? So here he is. There is something being offered to you at this eclipse. It could be very surprising. It's something new. It's new healing, new love. Okay, so let's go over the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands, this is about ready to embark on a journey. This is like wanting to go on a journey. So if it came up in reverse, there could be different meanings. So I'm going to tune into that in a minute. But Wands represents the element of fire. And that's obviously Aries energy, right? We have these two cups, the water element representing Pisces energy. So I feel like it's like this is saying, yes, we've been in this Piscean, floating in this sea of love, of abundance, of dreams, visions. And now the fire has come to bring that to earth. Like how are we going to work with this energy, this beautiful spiritual high frequency energy of Pisces, very imaginative, right? Poetic. How are we going to work with it, right? This is, making decisions to move forward with a project. So again, in reverse, maybe there's a change in direction, that whatever is being offered to you by spirit, and it might be through a person, or it could be through dreams, it could be through your intuition, right? But whatever spirit is offering you, you might be like, this is a better solution. This is a better direction, or this is a different direction for me, and one that I see great possibilities for. It's time to look at, like, when you're not totally happy and satisfied with something, why do you stay there? What is the payoff? So the payoff could be that you don't allow yourself to receive this blessing, this new abundance, maybe because you feel fear of change, or fear of, like, well, what will people think if I do this? Or if I totally change direction, go somewhere else, go a totally different way, what will people think? And I feel like make a decision based on what you love. The other card, the Lovers, right? This could mean having a beautiful relationship, but often it represents having to make a choice. It's definitely going to be like a choice. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortuna. She's showing up here, the Wheel of Fortuna. And the Four of Pentacles. So you're going to have a decision as the wheel is turning. There is going to be a change. There is a shift. It's going to be pretty major. And you have to take a risk. The Two of Wands and the Four of Pentacles means it's time to maybe say goodbye to what is the known and what is the unknown, and really feel into your heart. Does it feel right for me? Does this feel like it's calling you? So just pay attention, be very observant, right? Like I said earlier, it's like we use astrology not as, well, the planets are doing this and this and that, so therefore this and that. It's the planets are doing all of these things, and it's good to know maybe like what some of those themes are and how it can affect our energies. And then what you're doing is then you're observing, oh, so this is what happens when, there's an eclipse, then Mercury goes into retrograde, and then there's another eclipse. Like you're going to start to see patterns. You're going to start to see, okay, so now because we are always saying the universe is for us. So whatever is being revealed, whatever is being released, whatever comes into your life that is calling your attention is meant for you, right? It's a gift meant for you. So don't go to sleep during this transit, because if you do, there could be a rude awakening, right? That's because eclipses can be rude awakenings, especially solar eclipses. This is a lunar eclipse this on Monday, so we don't have that quite the jarring like craziness of a solar eclipse. Okay, so for the Akashic Tarot, the first card we got was this Two of Forces, the Willow. Remember I was talking about when you go, if you do decide to be outside during the eclipse and you're on the actual eclipse path and you wanted to look at it or be in that energy, I remember I said be near a tree and be near water. So let's read what the Two of Forces is about. It says, a big, beautiful willow tree stands in the summer sun. This stately tree is strong and flexible, and this card upright is telling you that you are too. The willow spreads its roots deep and wide, creating a strong foundation that is capable of standing up to anything. Now is the time for you to stand tall and feel the support of the earth beneath your feet. This card indicates a time of calm, so enjoy the peaceful energy. It also signifies a time of power, perfect for reinforcing your foundation in your work, in your family, and in your spirit, and in the depth of your belief in yourself. Hi, Jamie. Yes, readings are still open. I'm doing the collective reading right now, and then I'll do a reading for you. So hey, just stay tuned, stay here. So just like the willow, you have a peaceful strength drawn from the waters of your soul and extending through all eternity. Stand confidently in your truth. Take the actions that support the growth of all things wonderful in your life, and know that you are powerful. So you are the willow tree, strong and flexible and able to, because you've done the work, because you laid the foundation in your life, in your business, you can expand, you can take risks, you can take chances because you've created that foundation that will protect you, that will keep you secure. Okay, number 19, reflections. Remember I said you might not want to be on a boat during the eclipse. It's kind of interesting. They're showing a full moon in a boat. I think it's so funny that they do this. It's like they're like, well, or either that or I was picking up on cards that were going to come up, right? So it says a full moon shines brightly over a quiet lake as a small ship glides gently through the water. The glow of the ship's lantern is reflected on the lake's surface along with the moonlight from above. This card can sometimes show a trip, particularly a trip over or by water. Most important, it can reveal that you now have a direct line to your psychic gifts. You are also more aware of your emotions and more reflective about them. You recognize the differences between your intuitive voice, which is calm and assured, and your lower emotional compulsions, which are urgent and sometimes fear-based. Let yourself gain even greater clarity and control over your emotions now. This would be a great time for you to take classes in meditation, psychic development, counseling, healing, and other psychological and spiritual arts. If you have such an interest, your yin side is wide open and your receptivity is high. Trust your inner voice and you will be guided to greatness. Okay. And then we have the King of Scrolls. So this is basically scrolls are similar to the sign of air. So this would be swords in the tarot. So the King of Swords. Okay, it says a man holds a scroll as he looks across a well-groomed garden. A number of scrolls lay on the ground on the garden bench next to him. He is the King of Scrolls, a man of learning, and he can be helpful to you in a number of ways. The man may be present in your life already. If not, you'll be meeting him soon. He may be an author, teacher, or communicator who will assist you in some professional way. So remember when we had the Knight of Cups earlier, I said sometimes this person can represent a man or even a woman, but a masculine energy that is here to like assist you, like an agent would, right? He could also be a friend who brings wisdom through his own studies and spiritual practices. Be open to the guidance this man offers, for it could help lead your life in exciting new directions. So there it is again, that other theme of new directions. Okay, so the King of Scrolls may also be a new love interest for you or for another, depending upon his location in the spread. So I don't think it matters because we're doing a collective reading. It's going to be different for everybody. His wisdom is compelling, and there are likely to be many interesting and lively discussions. A treasure trove of discovery is waiting for you, so let your mind and your life soar. Okay, so taking all of that in, if you're here and you can leave a comment, let me know and I will pull a card. So I think for our purposes, I'm going to use the Ascended Masters card deck. And Jamie, I'm going to pull a card for you first, and then I'll see if I can check. Let's see, I can look at, okay, Katie, you're still here, and I see Violet's here, and I see Gina. Yes, I can pull a card for you, Gina. So and Katie's still there. So I will pull a card for you, ladies, as soon as I'm done with Jamie's. All right, so Jamie, your Aquarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, and Aquarius Rising. Woo! How does it feel having Pluto in there now? It's definitely going to transform you in really amazing ways, but it can be challenging at times. Okay, what is the message for Jamie Tompkins? Okay, you got follow your heart, St. Francis. Okay, so let me read to you the meaning. You already know what to do. Trust your intuition and take action accordingly. Your feelings are accurate and valid. You're guided to make important and happy life changes. You're receiving true divine guidance through your feelings and intuition. So if you're having dreams or if you feel like you're supposed to be doing something or meeting people, follow your guidance. Sometimes it can seem super random, like, oh, Vienna's here. You also have Aquarius Venus and Aquarius Mercury. So you are a true Aquarian. Jamie, are you, do you do astrology or Tell me more about what you do. Okay, so the next card is for Katie over in Instagram land. I love doing this. I love that I can, I mean, I had to do the $25 a month StreamYard. I've been using the free version, which only lets you broadcast to one place, but if you pay $25, you could broadcast at 3 at the same time. I love it. You're welcome, Jamie. Vienna, double Aquarius, sun and moon. My Aquarian goddesses. Okay, some big lump fell out. Okay, Katie. She's Virgo with Cap rising. She's Earth Mama. She's artistic Earth Mama. Okay, let's see what you need to know. Open your heart to love, and it's Master Jesus. I love that picture of him holding all those animals. So open your heart to love. To manifest a soulmate relationship, heal any fears about giving or receiving love. Forgive those who seem to have hurt you. Be loving with yourself. Do energy work to open your heart chakra. This sounds like you. I know you do a lot of, you're very open with your heart chakra. And, so what I feel like with this card, I feel like there's a lot about forgiveness and connection here. And, whenever I see the bear, I think of the mother, and the lion, I think of the father. So I feel like this has to do with, connecting in with your heart and with the family lineage and forgiveness there. And I like the little butterfly sitting on the lamb's butt. So cute. And I always think of you and butterflies, Katie. So that is your card. And I think next we had, sorry, I opened the wrong window. There's too many windows here. How do I get back to Instagram? I think it was Violet was next, and then Gina. Nope, it was Gina first. Nope. There's a lot of people here watching, or there were. Hopefully I didn't bore you guys all. Hi, yes, it's Auntie Fish. Hi, Caitlin. All right, I think Gina's next. So I'm going to pull a card for Gina. And if you're still here in the live, let me know. Gail, I see you, Gail. And Master Jesus is very present, the Holy Fire Reiki. I know that I really need to study that with you. Art Luminous is Katie, and she is an amazing, amazing healer, and she teaches Reiki. And I've always wanted to learn the Holy Fire Reiki. Ooh, I like this for you, Gina. Okay, I can't look at Instagram because it's behind the ball. It's really weird. I'm seeing myself in the past. So this is the card for you, Gina. Freedom. Look at this beautiful Hawaiian goddess with the full moon behind her. Her name is Hina. It says, it's time to leave a situation that you've outgrown. Question the validity of any rules that you've imposed on yourself. Allow the universe to support you while you make desired life changes. Be assertive and say no to anyone who's overstepping boundaries with you. Indeed, indeed. Okay, yeah, so I see in YouTube land, I have Vienna. So Vienna, you will be next. I think I have Gail in Instagram land. I just have to go back and forth. This is kind of interesting. Art Luminous, the bear is your mom for sure. That's so cool. You're welcome, my sweet Gina. Okay. Okay, Gail, I think I see that you're still here. If you guys are still here watching in Instagram land and you want a card, please put something in the comments. It just helps me keep track of who got a card and who didn't. Okay, Gail, thank you. Oh, I'm never boring. Oh, I think you're just being super, super sweet as always. Thank you for being here, dear friend. Okay, Gail, your card is, persistence, the god Lu. Persistence. I like that. It kind of likes that people are getting different cards. We're not getting a lot of the same card over and over again. So, Gail, it says, overcome procrastination tendencies and take action. Stick to your priorities and promises. Chip away at your dreams and desires with daily action steps. Stay positive and visualize your dreams as already manifested. Commit to your dreams for the long haul. So don't give up and keep your focus. Okay, Vienna, my other Aquarian goddess. I think it's kind of cool that the Aquarian goddesses all seem to be stacked up in YouTube land. Okay, what does Vienna need to know? Ooh, right. This is the Egyptian god Thoth, who is the scribe, and he's basically Mercury. And again, another full moon behind him. So I feel like, again, this is a message about this full moon, like really channeling in and writing. And you're an amazing writer. Okay, it says, keep a daily journal of your feelings and experiences. Write down your intentions, goals, and desires. Channel messages from your guides and angels, and your life's purpose involves writing and writing a book. You know him well. So yeah, he's with you. I love that. It seems very apropos for what's going on with you. Vienna is an amazing healer as well, and medical intuitive, and very deep connection to the other side and angelic realm. Definitely check her out. You're welcome, Gail. Okay, I'm not seeing anybody else here left in Instagram land. Okay, maybe I should try Facebook land too. Just to see if I am not seeing everything. I know I'm definitely seeing comments from, it looks like YouTube for sure. I don't think I'm seeing any from Facebook yet. Okay, checking Facebook. Nope, I don't see any comments. So I think we're good there. Okay, so Jamie, what does Pluto ninth house mean, and how does it relate to the lunar eclipse? I have ninth house Libra with Pluto, Mars, and Saturn. So you're saying in your basically in your birth chart, you have Pluto in the ninth house. Well, Pluto is the god of transformation and the god of wealth. So you're saying that this lunar eclipse might be in alignment with that Pluto ninth. Yeah, there's going to be a big transformation in your ninth house. So ninth house is foreign travel, also universities, higher education, book publishing and writing. Since it has to do with like long distance foreign travel, it could have to do with foreign cultures, becoming involved with foreign cultures. And it's also the house of a spirituality and philosophy. So this could be about really a big transformation spiritually, or in how you, maybe your spiritual practices, spiritual beliefs. Maybe you take on some new kinds of meditation. It could mean a lot of different things. But yeah, it sounds like you have Pluto, Mars, and Saturn in your ninth house. Wow. So yeah, that's for you. That's a powerful area of your chart. And it's also the chart in Vedic astrology. It's the ninth house is related to the Lakshmi house, the house that is associated with auspiciousness and wealth and beauty. And you're a writer, of course. So there's going to be, maybe, I don't know, maybe you get some kind of a publishing thing going. Maybe maybe an agent approaches you. I don't know. Something new is coming. Hi, Amara. What will be your future? Well, you're the creator of your future, or the co-creator. Let's say that you're the co-creator of your future. I firmly believe that. Because when we feel those desires, when we feel like we're on our path of purpose, we just know that that's what the divine has intended for us. And we can choose how to work with that. And we could choose to do something totally different. There's free will. So Amara, who wants to chat with you today? Let's see. Yoga. Avatar Babaji. I don't know if you know who he is, but he was basically the yogi who Paramahansa Yogananda writes about. And he's a mystical ascended master who can appear to anybody who prays to him, and especially great about doing yoga as a discipline. So he says, stretch often, practice your breath work today by taking full inhalations and exhalations. So really focus on the breath. Teach yoga or invite others to participate in yoga with you. Watch a yoga video or take a yoga class today. So he really wants you to get into yoga. I don't know if you teach yoga and maybe he's your ascended master guide because of that, or maybe you're thinking of going to school to learn how to be a yoga teacher. That might be part of it. Okay, many blessings and thank you for being here. Anybody else? Let's see, Facebook land. Nothing in Facebook land. Instagram land. I see a lot of lovely faces. Okay, I think I'm going to end this live so I can get some water. And it was so wonderful spending time with you all. Yeah, I'm curious to hear how this eclipse goes for everybody. I think, we saw how close Fortuna is in Pisces with Mars. So I think, there's going to be some surprise luck coming for most of us. And what's the saying, like luck and fate, all of these things, it's what you make of it, right? They're opportunities, and how we work with those opportunities in ways that are open, that that we are open to an adventure, that we can really fully embody that new timeline, that new version of ourselves, the highest version of ourselves, whatever you want to call it, right? There's different names. What else do I want to tell you? I'm going to do a special readings for the eclipse. So yeah, just leave me a comment, or you can send me a direct message or an email. I'm going to be doing just recorded readings for $55, which is more than half price, but they're not live, they're recorded. So they're about 20-minute recorded readings. You can send me a question, or you could just ask me to pull the tarot and channel for you, and I'll record it. So that's just for this weekend. And I would love to read for you. So let me know. Okay. Have a beautiful eclipse, everybody. And I'll be talking to you soon. Thank you again for being here. Bye.